What if I told you that beneath a peaceful Irish town lay hundreds of tiny skeletons, their stories silenced for over half a century? In the quiet town of Tuam, Ireland, a concrete septic tank held a secret so dark it would shake the nation to its core. The year was 2014, and what investigators found wasn't waste or debris. It was the remains of 796 children, some as young as just 35 weeks old. But this wasn't a modern crime. This was the legacy of St. Mary's Mother and Baby Home, an institution that operated between 1925 and 1961. Run by the Secours sisters, this place wasn't the sanctuary its name suggested. It was a prison for Ireland's fallen women, unmarried mothers who'd committed the social sin of becoming pregnant outside marriage. The children who died here didn't just pass away, they perished. Death certificates tell tales of severe malnutrition, tuberculosis, pneumonia, and measles. But these clinical terms mask a darker truth. Many of these babies were systematically neglected, their cries echoing through cold corridors until they fell silent forever. The most chilling aspect, the casual disposal of their bodies. No proper burials, no marked graves, no final dignities. Instead, their tiny remains were wrapped in shrouds and dropped into what was essentially a sewage tank. Local children who played in the area during the 1970s recall bouncing balls off the concrete slab, unaware they were playing atop a mass grave. The mortality rate at Tuam was 5 times higher than in the outside world. Yet for decades, nobody asked questions. The nuns kept meticulous death records, but provided no explanations for the staggering number of fatalities. Some children were listed as debility from birth, a convenient catch-all term that masked the reality of systematic neglect. But here's what many don't know. Some survivors remember watching their friends disappear. Children would wake up to find empty beds beside them, their playmates vanished without explanation. The nuns told them these children had been adopted, but many had actually joined the growing number beneath the ground. The most haunting detail, some of these children had names. John Desmond Dolan, age 2, Mary Agnes Donovan, age 6 months, Thomas Duffy, age 5 weeks. Real children, with real possibilities, whose lives were cut brutally short by a system that saw them as nothing more than evidence of sin. The Tuam home wasn't unique. Across Ireland, similar institutions operated under the same shroud of secrecy and shame. But Tuam stands as a stark reminder of how institutional cruelty can become normalized, how society can turn a blind eye to atrocity happening in plain sight. Today, the grounds where these children lie are marked by a simple memorial. But beneath the surface, hundreds of tiny skeletons still rest in their makeshift grave, testament to a dark chapter in Irish history that many would rather forget. These children may have died in silence, but their discovery forced Ireland to confront its past and sparked a national reckoning that continues to this day.